watching, welcome to the video. It is freezing in the grindhouse. It is Monday morning and the heat isn't working. I can't wait to get out of here. A lot of you are gonna think I'm an asshole after watching this video, which I'm okay with, it's just the truth. But so here's what's happening. A couple weeks ago, I scheduled a whole bunch of meetings. I was in a very good mood. I was getting email inbox down to 0, and I get a lot of, can I pick your brain? Can we do lunch? Can we do dinner? Can we do coffee? Can we do a workout? And I usually say no, for reasons I'll get into related to Paul Graham's The Maker versus the Manager, which I'm also gonna get into. But I usually say no, I can't, like, I'm sorry. But for whatever reason, I was in a very good mood, and I was just like, getting my inbox to 0, and I was like, yes, yes, yes. And like scheduling specific times for all these. And now it's this week, and I'm like looking at my week, and I'm terrified. And I literally don't even want to work because I'm so, like, to take a step back. Investor Paul Graham has this thesis, call it, that makers and managers run on different schedules, which he explains is why, like, a boss and a programmer don't always see eye to eye. Meaning, a manager, a traditional businessman, an executive, someone who delegates, has meetings throughout the day, and that's how they manage their schedule, in 1-hour blocks, in 30-minute blocks, in 3-minute windows if you're certain types of CEOs, and that's how they function, and that's how they crush it, and that's like how they operate. Makers, on the other hand, and he uses a programmer as an example, operate in larger chunks, like half days, he calls it, meaning you need enough time to get into a flow state and like do real work, and like call it creative work, call it whatever, but they need bigger chunks of time to really get work done, and writing or creating is one of those things. I think a lot of artists would fall into that window, people who make stuff. And I know from personal experience, like the day I wrote How to Count Your Macros, a comprehensive guide, I remember specifically that it was a Saturday, my family was out of town, I was in my parents' house, I had nothing going on, I had no obligations, I woke up at 7 a.m. and I drank like 3 pots of coffee and was awake for 16 hours writing the entire day. Like, I would stand up and walk around the room and like do breathing drills and take breaks, but I was literally, I had no outside pressure, and I was just making this thing, and I wrote the whole post in one day. And like that post brought, like, it doesn't really that much anymore, but it brought me a lot of business, a lot of like new traffic. That wouldn't have happened had I had like a coffee meeting, or yeah, I'll do a workout with you, or yeah, you can pick my brain on the schedule, on the docket. And it's just, I think for any, I feel like a douche saying like creative type, but for anyone who has the similar type of work, anyone who makes stuff, and layer on top of that anyone who's naturally introverted, anyone who interacting with humans, particularly people you don't know well, or particularly people you're meeting for the first time, like really is mentally and energetically draining. It's just a huge net zero for what I'm, or like net negative for what I'm trying to accomplish in my life. So I'm about to cancel on a whole bunch of people and like call me an asshole, but sorry. A few of which I think are probably watching this video, so I hope you understand. But I just think that, I don't want to say society forces us or tries to make us conform to the maker's schedule, or to the manager's schedule, excuse me, and like to being able to make time for everyone, and being able to like just have all these meetings, and being able to lock in a schedule, and everyone uses Google Calendar and syncing up everyone's calendar on the same page. But that certainly does not make sense for me personally, and I know many others who that doesn't make sense for. There's a sentence in here that I really like, written by, I don't remember, someone, maybe it was Paul Graham. I think it's all in the first person. I haven't read this in a while, I was just skimming over it. I find one meeting, so from a maker's point of view, I find one meeting can sometimes affect my whole day. A meeting commonly blows off at least half a day by breaking up my morning or afternoon. But in addition, there's sometimes a cascading effect. If I know the afternoon is going to be broken up, I'm slightly less likely to start something ambitious in the morning. I know this may sound oversensitive, like I feel oversensitive saying this, but if you're a maker, think of your own case, like, yeah, it's completely true. The fact that I'm thinking about a 3 o'clock meeting on Tuesday and a 2:30 meeting on Wednesday as being like blockers in what I want to produce or what I want to accomplish between 8 a.m. and 1 p.m. on those days, like with a workout in there as well, it's just, it really affects me. And this trickles into another thing that I think is important, and I posted on this on Instagram a long time ago, and it's a concept. I used to have it on my whiteboard, which is that most of us have like mental barriers that prevent a lot of our intuition from becoming action, like from becoming real life things, and they just stay on the inside and we never get to explore those. And whether they're like projects we pursue or quitting your job or having very difficult conversations with people, but whatever you intuitively know is right, most of it we don't actually do. And if we do it, it takes too long for us to actually do it. Like here, I just feel so in my gut that like I'm just about to cancel all of these things, and I feel really good about that, but I just need to get that feeling out, rather than the mental barrier is like to be liked, to like feel like I'm doing the right thing, to whatever it is. Like those are the things that would make me have those meetings, even though I know those meetings are net wrong for me and for my life and for what I want to do. This is a whiny vlog. We're gonna post it because it's a one-take show and it's really what I'm feeling right now, and maybe some of like the artistic types, or like maybe some of you guys can relate to this, but yeah, check out that article if nothing else, because I think Paul Graham articulates what I am feeling in a more eloquent and relatable way. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. I'm sorry if you're about to get an email from me canceling, and please hit the like button. Please. Okay, see you tomorrow.